Hey y'all, so just checking in, making my little video. I have a photo shoot coming up, but I just wanted to talk about mental health and Impact Wrestling. Now, how do those two things even intertwine? Well, I will tell you. So growing up, we all have our own story and we won't get into that. If you would like me to get into that a little bit more, I can do that. But safe to say, I had a little bit of a drug, I guess I could say drug on Patreon, a drug addiction, and I have been sober, clean. I can't say sober because I do drink wine time to time, but not very often, like a few times a year. But everybody's recovery looks different. So I don't ever judge anybody. It's just when you use to excess where it affects your life or somebody else's. I don't drink that much and I don't drink that often. So I cannot say that I'm sober, but I can say that I'm clean because my drug of choice was meth. So when I overdosed for the third time, I went to a rehab and I went to go live in the Northwest Territories of the Yukon, up north in Whitehorse. So I lived there for a year. If you don't know anything about Whitehorse, you should look into it. It's a beautiful place. If you like outdoorsy stuff, I love like snowshoeing and hiking, and I absolutely love the fucking mountains. I would rather live in the mountains than live by the water. So why I live near a lake instead of the mountains, I'm working on it. So anyways, when I moved to Whitehorse, I realized that when I was out there, that was my first time ever seeing a mountain in person. So when I moved out there, I realized like, hey, I do want to live because I want to see the world. I want to see different things. I loved the mountains so much. It was so nice to just sit on my deck where I was staying and like drink coffee or whatever and just look at the mountains. It was beautiful. But anyways, so I used to watch wrestling when I was a young girl, but I used to watch WWE and WCW, not ECW. I didn't start watching ECW until I want to say probably 5 years ago. I went back to watch ECW. But anyways, so I started watching when I was in Whitehorse. I started watching TNA wrestling. I want to say like 2010, 11, 12, like around that range. And I got super into TNA, now Impact Wrestling. I thought it was the best fucking thing that has ever happened to wrestling. And when I tell you that my sobriety and my staying clean had a lot to do with the mountains and watching TNA wrestling and wanting to just watch all of the TNA wrestling, when who was it? Were they called like the paparazzi or something? It was Alex Shelley. I was super into that. It was an Eric Young. Oh my God. When I tell you, it was just like the best thing. It made me so fucking happy. So when I came back to Toronto, I never used drugs again. And I honestly, obviously you have to make the conscious decision that you never want to use drugs again. I'm not going to completely say it was TNA wrestling in the mountains. Obviously, I had a lot to do with it, but they definitely helped me through getting clean and staying that way. So when I came back to Toronto, I stopped watching TNA, to be completely honest. Life goes on. I had a lot to do, getting a job, all that stuff. I just started watching now Impact Wrestling again last year, and it has just reignited my love. And that's why I go so hard for TNA Impact Wrestling on social media, because they really helped me through a tough time. And I don't know, I'm forever grateful for that, because just the passion and everything, it just made me super happy. So anyway, that's my story about why I love Impact Wrestling so much. I'm going to be putting out a little more content today and tomorrow and all that good stuff. And I have some vlogs coming up and all that. So anyway, let me know what you think about TNA Impact. If you watch it, if you don't watch it, let me know. Also, that's my cat. He doesn't give a shit. Okay. Oh, hi.